Okay, it's time to forget everything you thought you knew about talking to AI. We are moving so far beyond just asking simple questions. We're stepping into a completely new era of programming and really controlling these intelligent systems. This is your guide to making that leap, from just chatting with AI to truly mastering the machine.
And this, right here, is the fundamental shift. See, AI is no longer a passive tool, just sitting there waiting for your search query. Nope. It's now an active agent, fully capable of executing complex business workflows on its own. And that means the way we communicate with it is no longer just a soft skill, it's a critical technical discipline.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with AI's new frontier, then build our foundation with the 4 prompt pillars. After that, we'll learn the core techniques, secure our work with some absolutely essential guardrails, and finally, look beyond the idea of a single perfect prompt. Think of it as a journey from being a prompt artisan to becoming a true prompt architect. All right, let's dive right in. The world of AI has raced past simple chatbots, and understanding this evolution, this paradigm shift, is crucial for anyone working in tech today.
This is really the heart of it. We are now using plain language as a primary programming interface. I mean, just think about that for a second. It's a brand new layer of abstraction in software. So instead of spending weeks retraining a model, we can now adjust its behavior and get incredibly high-quality results in minutes, just by optimizing our prompts.
And this isn't just some abstract theory. This new approach has a real, tangible impact on the bottom line. Early adopters, especially in fields like software development and data analysis, are already reporting an average productivity increase of nearly 25%. That is a massive gain in efficiency.
And the financial case is just undeniable. We're seeing a return of over $3 for every single dollar invested. Really significant cost savings and a huge bump in task completion for specialized jobs. The message here could not be clearer. Mastering this skill is a direct driver of enterprise value.
Okay, so that all sounds great, right? But how do we actually get those results? Well, it all starts with structure. So let's open up the Architect's Toolkit for creating these high-performance prompts.
First things first, we have to stop thinking of prompts as simple questions. A high-performance prompt is a structured data object. It's a blueprint. And making this mental switch is what takes you from guessing what an AI will produce to directing its output with surgical precision.
And these are the 4 pillars that make up our blueprint. First, persona. You have to tell the AI who to be, an expert. Second, context. Give it the why and the who for to ground its knowledge. Third, the task. Use strong, clear verbs to give it a precise action. And finally, and this one's so important, constraints. Tell it what not to do to prevent errors. When you combine these, you're not just asking a question, you are creating a complete operational environment for the AI, and that can increase its accuracy by up to 60%. It's a game changer.
Now that we've got our foundation in place, we can start building with the core techniques. This is where we move from just structuring the prompt to actively guiding the AI's logic.
So we start with 2 basic approaches. Zero shot is when you ask a question cold with no examples. It's fast, sure, but it's risky for complex tasks. Few shot, on the other hand, is where you provide 2 or 3 examples first. So, for instance, if you want a summary in a very specific format, you show it that format first. This basically teaches the model the exact pattern you want, and it massively reduces errors.
But, to solve the really complex problems, we have to go deeper. We need to guide the model to act less like a creative writer who improvises and more like a systematic problem solver who follows a logical process. This is where we unlock system thinking.
And believe it or not, it can be this simple. Just adding the phrase, "let's think step by step," triggers a technique called chain of thought prompting. It forces the model to slow down and show its work, breaking down its reasoning process before giving a final answer. This dramatically cuts down on those logic-based hallucinations.
And here is a perfect example in action. Instead of just asking for a fix, you guide it through a logical sequence. First, identify the failing code, then explain the error, and then provide the correction. This structured approach forces the AI to follow a rigorous analytical path, which makes its conclusions far, far more reliable.
Okay, now we need to talk about something that's becoming absolutely critical. As these AI agents get more and more powerful, we have to address security.
And this requires another one of those massive mental shifts. When an AI agent can actually execute tasks, your prompt isn't just a request for information anymore. It becomes a credential, a key that unlocks actions in your systems. And just like any key, it can be stolen or misused.
The prompt itself is now a security vulnerability.
The primary threat here is called prompt injection. If you're familiar with SQL injection from traditional web security, well, this is the modern AI equivalent. Attackers can manipulate a model's instructions to make it do things it was never, ever supposed to do.
And there are two main flavors of this. Direct injection is when a user tries to trick the AI into breaking its own rules. But indirect injection is honestly far more dangerous. This is where a malicious instruction is hidden in a document an AI agent is processing, like a PDF or an email, and it turns the agent against its own system without the user ever even knowing.
So, how do we protect against this? We build guardrails. First, every single agent needs a unique identity for accountability. Second, we use standardized blueprints to strictly control its permissions and prevent what we call scope creep. And third, we use real-time monitoring to detect when an agent starts to drift from its intended purpose so we can shut it down before it causes any damage.
So let's bring all of this together. The goal isn't to find some single, mythical, perfect prompt. It's really about adopting a new philosophy of natural language programming. This quote says it all, doesn't it? The goal here isn't replacement, it's augmentation. We're using this incredible technology to enhance and to scale the intuition that human experts already have, not to make them obsolete.
And that's the real power. A single, well-crafted prompt can allow one engineer or one architect to orchestrate workflows that used to require an entire team. AI becomes a true force multiplier, amplifying our own capabilities.
You know, the most important takeaway here is that mastery is an iterative journey. You have to treat prompt design not like a search engine you query once, but like a conversation partner you collaborate with over time. You observe the output, you refine your approach, and you constantly improve that dialogue. And this all leads us to the final, critical question. This technology is no longer on the horizon, it's here. The era of autonomous agents has well and truly arrived, so the only question that really matters now is, are your guardrails ready?